gosh, you guys. It's my first video! So the first idea I have for this channel is regarding Ms. Britney Jean Spears. I am a stan. I have been obsessed with her since I was 8 years old, and I'm a 30-something now, so it's been a long time. It's been a long time, and you know, I, like millions of other people, 40 million this week actually, follow Britney on Instagram, and I also follow her career and I see what's going on. And I thought it would be fun once a week to do like a Britney Roundup, basically, where I go through what's happened over the week. So if you've missed anything throughout the week, because let's be real, this is Britney Spears' world and we're just living in it, and things change for her all the time, and there's always new news, there's always new rumors, there's always new stuff, and I want to be on top of that. So that's kind of the idea for this. So here we go. To start off the week, Britney deleted her Instagram and then brought it back. And a lot of people had questions about whether or not she did that in preparation, potentially, of her comeback. There have been tons of rumors speculating that she is potentially going to be releasing an EP. So not a full album, but like a small EP that will have music on it that will kind of say what she wants to say. She'll probably put out a music video or something, and then she'll take some time off, probably write her book, maybe have a baby. We can hope. When Britney came back to Instagram on Thursday, she started posting what I call notes posts, or basically her Instagram posts where she will post images of a note she's written on her phone to share it with us. So she kind of just talks and we learn what's going on in her mind in her words from her, which I really appreciate. I love that so much, because back in the day, like not in the day, but around the time before the conservatorship, Britney would post basically diary entries to a website for her fans, so we would get an idea of kind of what was going on directly from her. And it's really cool because I think for a long time Britney has not been in control of her own image or narrative. Like, we know that with the conservatorship, but also prior to the conservatorship, Britney could not make a statement a lot of the time without having to get approval from management, from her label, all these different things. And with Instagram at this point, she can just say whatever the heck she wants, and I don't think anybody's gonna stop her. And good for her. They shouldn't. But on Thursday, she drops 2 notes posts. And my head was spinning because there was so much coming out, there was so much being said, and I don't think everybody fully understands everything that she said in those notes. So I want to break that down. So in the first notes post, she talks about her body image, and she actually lets us know that she was considering getting a breast enhancement. And that was kind of like a moment for me, because it triggered this like memory I had in my head. And it was an interview she did with E! On the set of her video for Overprotected, and it was taking place right after her Rolling Stone cover had come out, and it's the one where she's wearing her blue jeans and a crop top. And she was asked about it, and she said this.
Were you happy with the cover?
Yeah, I was very happy with the cover. Actually, although I do think they enhanced me here.
I think that struck me a lot, because I think most of us struggle in some capacity with our body image. I think we all want what we don't have. We all see things that we wish we could change about ourselves. We're all our hardest critic. And I don't think it's any different for Britney, which baffles my mind, because to me, she's like one of the most beautiful people on the planet. But obviously she's going to have her own insecurities. And especially when you are in a career where the images of you are photoshopped so regularly. So you kind of have this idea of what you see, what you look like, but then you're like, but I don't look like that. And that probably really messes with your head. But also in that post, Britney calls out Big Jamie, or her dad, for really messing with her when it came to her weight, that he called her fat, and that he was very critical of her, and that from the sounds of it, it really, really hurt her. It wasn't good for her. And guys, I gotta say, like, this is not new information. We know that this is something that Jamie has said to her, and it has been an issue. But guys, we gotta stop that, you know? Like, we need to be nicer to each other. Having some extra weight on you is not an insult. It's not bad. And that's coming from someone in the past 2 years. I've lost about 70 pounds. It's, you know, you are not your weight. You're not your weight. You're not. You are your own person. So that bothers me on a personal level. But we'll leave that alone. But this just goes back to the whole thing that it absolutely boggles my mind that at any time since we have known of the existence of Britney Spears that anyone has thought that she has been at an unhealthy weight. That drives me bananas. I don't get it. I look back at pictures of when people were really on her butt about her weight prior to the conservatorship, and it was like, I really didn't understand why. Like, she wasn't the same size that she was pre having 2 children, but I mean, most people aren't. But just in closing, Britney also talked about that she felt ugly and stupid, and talked a bit more about when she was in the facility, and talked about her medications and just all this stuff that's weighing on her. And I'm so proud that she's talking. I'm so proud that she's talking. We can't forget that this happened. And again, just so much respect for her. And I hope that if all of these things that Britney has alleged, my personal opinion, if they are all true, that these people have to answer for what they did. Moving on. So then on Thursday night, Britney posts again. And there was a lot in this post. And I actually made a list of everything that was said because there were so many people she referred to and so many questions that we have. And so I'm just going to try to simplify it, and I'm going to grab my list and show y'all. I got it. Okay, so here is my list. So the first thing that we believe at this time, judging by what I've read of other stans conversing and also my own thoughts, is allegedly Britney is referencing Laura Lynn, her cousin, who's one of her best friends. And it's a part of her friend group that she has basically said have been her lifelong friends. Crossroads was inspired by their friend group. And basically what she talks about is that there were steps taken to separate her or to keep other people kind of quiet, I guess. That's my opinion. That's how I interpreted it. Which, again, not new information. We know allegedly that Britney was very isolated during her time in the conservatorship. She talks about her secret boyfriend, and a lot of stans know who that is. She calls out her parents for shacking up after her conservatorship when they would have been divorced, but okay. And then she says there was an assistant that quit on her after 2 months. We don't know who that is, to be honest with you. Not 100% sure. Because the usual suspects of the assistants were all there for longer than 2 months. And then she says that there was one cool girl that came to visit her and drove around the neighborhood. But I don't know who that is. And I think there's probably a lot of theories, but we don't really have anything that, like, concrete makes us go, that's them. So I will leave that. I'll leave that one alone. There were 2 parts of this post that really stuck out to me. And the first one was that she talked about that she went out to lunch with her new assistant and that she felt like she heard music for the first time. She was hearing for the first time. And to me, I kind of interpreted that almost like it was like a Wizard of Oz moment, in the sense of like when everything goes from black and white to color. So it's like she's starting to experience life again. And that was the vibe I got. I'm interested to know what you guys think, because that's one that I think could be interpreted in many different ways, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think. But then there was the other part. And basically Britney said that she wasn't invited to things with her dancers, or that there were parties that she was not invited to, and that it was lonely. And then we get this comment from Tish, who is a former head of wardrobe for Britney. Again, this is not new information, for lack of a better term. I'm just going to pull up what Tish said. And basically, in the first lines of her comment to Britney, she just said, "You were invited. You were invited over and over again. I promise you. I would ask Robin. I would ask Larry. I would ask your dad. You had even said in front of me multiple times we should do something on our day off together. I would text Robin the next morning saying that we were all in the same hotel that day. It would be an easy day to go do something. I know the dancers would invite you along on days off in the zoo and just go to the gym or to hang out by the pool, but we were always told no and not to get too close." So this is the stuff that gets me heated as a stan. This is the stuff that makes me angry. Because if this is true, and I am leaning towards that it is, because I don't understand why Britney would lie about this, and I don't understand why Tish would put herself out there, because Tish has put herself out there previously. She's been trying to get the word out of what she saw and what she experienced. And I mean, hats off to you, Tish. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That these people that did this to her, that we're starting to get more information about it. I'm so happy that that's happening. But it is another, like, just example of Britney being isolated. And that is so... There are so many words I want to say, but I know that YouTube will, like, hate me if I use any of them. But I understand that all of this is alleged. And I understand that it can be scary out here to talk about certain things to do with the conservatorship. So I'm going to try to pick my words very wisely. My opinion: if the people around you are trying to isolate you, it's never a good thing. Never. Never. And I mean isolate you from, like, everybody. It's different when, like, yeah, like isolating you from everyone. Everyone. So you are completely dependent on one person or a group of people in your life for everything. There is no part of that that is healthy, in my opinion. And I think we all know that it is a form of ABUSE. And oh, am I looking forward to Britney's book. Please, please. Honestly, I think when Britney's book comes out, I will probably do a video on it, but I am gonna need a few days to get my, like, head around it, because I'm probably going to be crying like a baby through the whole thing. It'd be what it be. Other than that, Britney's had a few really nice posts. She's been showing off some of her new clothes. She's been showing some stuff of her son, and also a drawing from but her boys' stepsister. And honestly, like, incredible artist. I will give her that 100%. But I think the only other thing, also that she's enjoying Euphoria. I think for most people who are watching Euphoria, who isn't? And then the last thing that I think is kind of notable is that Donatella came over to see her. So forgive me, because I'm never sure if I'm supposed to say Versace or Versace or how you're supposed to say it, but you know. But Donatella came over, took a few pictures, and there's always the question, because we know that Donatella will be designing, or is designing, or has designed Britney's wedding dress, which I am here for. I am so here for it, because honestly, my favorite Britney outfit ever, my favorite Britney clothing ever, was Donatella. And I'm just gonna throw a picture of it really quick here. It's so pretty. No, so that about wraps it up. It is Sunday night, and we are now entering into a new week of Britney posts, and I hope to see you guys next weekend where we can talk about more Britney posts. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks so much for, your support and your love, especially from my Popcorn Planet, viewers and people who've seen me there and followed me over here. I really appreciate it as well. Just huge shout out to Andy and to Steph, just for you guys just encouraging me and coming alongside me and really building into me. I appreciate it more than you will ever know. So hope to see you guys next week, and much love. Bye, guys.